15. We know that some had been rescued, some have been reunited with their families, some are taking refuge in some communities and trickling back to their homes and to the warm embrace of their families. Want to commend the Air Force, the Nigerian Air Force, for going all out in search of these girls. From information we gathered, all the girls have been moved out of the country, and I'm happy that there is a synergy now that is building up within the next 1 week with the neighboring countries, Chad and Niger, particularly, and maybe search will be extended to Cameroon to be able to find out where these girls are being kept. And again, what disturbs one was the recent attack in two days ago in Iran again, where a military base was attacked, and some few soldiers were killed, and some AIDS workers were also killed. It really calls for troubling. It is a troubling time, and we wish that more security should be put in place to make sure that these things does not continue. But we want to correct the news report that are going on that some soldiers were adopted. We have in good authority that no soldier was adopted by the Boko Haram elements, no soldier, and no mobile police officer was also adopted. Yes, there were some casualties on the Nigerian security agency side, but not as being reported. And no armored personnel carrier was also taken, like is being reported. A lot of fake news is flying about. We just hope that Nigerians would remain and get authentic news, so that we'll be able to know what is happening in the country. But speaking here on this program and in some other forum, we have pointed out that we do not support the federal government move to pay ransom, to pay some money for the release of the Chibok girls, and to release some of the commanders that were arrested back to the Chibok, to the Boko Haram insurgents. That has reinvigorated them and causing the new wave of killings and attacks that we're experiencing right now. We had warned that it will become a recurrent decimal. It will become a cycle if money is being paid for the release of these girls, and indeed that is what we are seeing right now. At that time, we also warned that the frequent agitation for the Bring Back Our Girls group, by the Bring Back Our Girls group, putting pressure on the government that these girls must be brought back, has actually accumulated to this situation, made government to decide to pay ransom just to please people and make these people reunite with their family. We're not saying that it's wrong to get them reunited with their family, but we're saying that security agencies should be allowed to do their work. There are systematic ways of handling security issues. We should not be, government and the security agency should not be stampeded to taking actions that would, in a short while, like we're experiencing now, create more security problem. It's sad. Somebody called me earlier today that a relative of his was arrested and he paid money for the person to be released. And I said, yeah, that is wrong. You know, when you pay money, you are actually encouraging the adopter or the kidnapper. That is very, very profitable, and that is a problem. We hope that our security agencies will sit up, like we can see in this case of the adoption. We see the Nigerian Air Force are doing all they need to do to ensure that these girls are gotten back, and we'll all continue to pray and do the work. We should employ the use of technology to ensure that these girls are gotten quicker than the Chibok girls incident. We believe that if information will pass promptly, that is another issue we found that from our research on the issue of the Dapchi girls that were adopted. When this would be being done, security agencies did not get information on time because there's no communication network easily in Dapchi. Dapchi is a little bit closer to the Chadian border than it is to the city, to the Damaturu, and so that is the true situation. Well, we're hoping and praying that these girls will be gotten back sooner and alive. to their and be united to their families. That is our prayer, and that is what we will look forward to. Yes, this brings us to, I would like to commend one, she has become an Instagram superstar, talking about Doshima Dennis. She's a firefighter. She's been doing a lot in trying to sensitize people about the issues of fire. Fire is very deadly. Fire can kill a whole lot of people. And she's a firefighter who is using the social media to create awareness and sensitize people about the dangers of fire service. We must, fire issues. We must commend her. Right now, she's about to give out about 1,000 smoke detectors to people who can communicate with her and reach as a way of making sure that Nigerians are protected better. Doshima, we must thank you for that you are doing. Keep up doing the good work you are doing, and bring the fire service to limelight. Yes, before we go to the next report, the next incident, which is taking us to Enugu State, let's take a short break. Welcome back. Yes, if you're just joining us, this is your program, Security Watch Africa. On this program, we'll bring you all the information you need to keep your life safe and secure. Wherever it is, we'll bring it to you. Yes, we're also having on good authority right now as we speak, the Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations, my friend, my brother, talking about DIG Habila Joshak, is already on his way to Yobe to help to intensify the search and the protection of other schools that are there. He's a man who has been proven for in terms of operations, and he knows his onions, and we believe that when he gets there, he'll be able to draw out a structure that will help to protect other schools, because that is what these Boko Haram elements are trying to do. They are trying to scare people from going to school and using the adoption, especially of girls, as a way of fundraising. You remember that as at the time in the last, about 2 months ago, Boko Haram were actually downgraded, not just downgraded, they were looking for how to survive, but immediately with the payment of some money to them for the release of these Chibok girls, they were able to reinvigorate and gotten more equipment, and with the release of some of their commanders, some of them, from information we gather, were their bomb-making experts and their strategists, and they were released to them, and that is why we're seeing this reinsurgence. We want to call on the security agencies to do more, because they may continue to attack, and people should be more security conscious from now on, because some of these commanders that are released are known as the deadliest of them all. But they were arrested by the Nigerian government, but because of pressure by some Nigerians, these people were released to go back and continue killing Nigerians. It's sad, but that is the situation. We wish the DIG Habila Joshak well as he's going to Yobe to make sure that other schools are well protected. Yes, like I said, we're going to Enugu as part of making sure that there is proper security in the state. State governments some state governments, not all, very few state governments are really supporting the police and other security agencies. In Enugu State, the governor has done so marvelously well, talking about Governor Ifeanyi Ugwanyi, who is assisting the police and to ensure that what they need in terms of logistics is provided. Sit back as we take you to the recent donation of some vehicles for patrols in Enugu State by the governor of Enugu State.
Because of the security we have in Enugu State, CP, the government and people of Enugu State, are indeed grateful to you and other security agencies I know that each new day of our lives will likely to experience what our never fails. We therefore thank the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, the awesome God of David. May he alone take all the glory, all the honor, all the adoration for his God. Thank you.
Amen.
Oh, Jabez! Oh, Jabez!
The security of lives and property and total tranquility being witnessed in Enugu State is a deliberate action of the government of the state in conjunction with Enugu State Police Command, in line with proactive and systematic policies of the federal government and the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim K. Idris, MNI, to checkmate the activities of criminals. For the past 1 year, since when I assumed duty as Commissioner of Police, Enugu State Police Command, the command has gotten tremendous and huge support from the state government, which has resulted in the ranking of Enugu State as the most peaceful and safest state in the country. Today again, we are receiving 22 Helios vehicles, which is the latest in the series of support and assurance from the state government. The vehicles are fitted with modern communication gadgets, high-class siren, and other security devices which will assist in the patrol and surveillance of the state. We therefore promise to keep with the philosophy of zero tolerance on all manners of criminality, in line with His Excellency policy on a crime and free Enugu State. Truly, this goes further to confirm the saying that Enugu State indeed is in the hands of God. On this note, on behalf of Enugu State Police Command, I wish to assure the good people of Enugu State that we will continue to provide adequate security coverage of the whole state 24/7, so that people will sleep with their two eyes closed. Indeed, in God we trust.
Welcome back. That was the Commissioner of Police, CP Mohammed Dammalan, the Commissioner of Police in charge of Enugu State. Like he did say, Enugu is voted as the most peaceful state in Nigeria, because the state police command is being proactive and ensuring that criminals do not have their way easily. And even if you commit crime, you will surely be caught because of the network, the dragnet that is all over, working with the community. The communities are reaching out to the police to provide information timely, and that is why the state is voted as the safest. We say well done to the Commissioner of Police and his team, and particularly to the governor of the state, who is backing up the state police command effectively. Yes, if you're joining us, you can send us your views and comments via our social media platform. They are displayed on screen there. Send us what you think on issues we have discussed so far, and so that we can get the feedback back to you, or ask us any question for the people, and we'll take it to them for answer. Yes, following that presentation, the commissioner of that vehicle, those vehicles to the police, the Commissioner of Police made good use of it by deploying it to the metropolis and the suburbs of Enugu State for patrols, particularly at night, the wee hours where they feel from report that criminals want to strike. And Security Watch Africa undertook a tour, a patrol, to inspect and see how the command is making use of these vehicles, so to say, maybe stock taking, if they are making good use of it or not. And the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of operation, my friend Francis Udu, joined us in that trip. So sit back as we take you around Enugu State at night. This, and yet you are still we've gone around to most of the places where you have your men, and we can see a lot of activities even going on at this hour. Why do you have this strategy, this police vehicles stationed in various places?
Essentially, you see that Eastern Nigeria is a business corridor, and most people express fear of criminals and hoodlums. So the first thing the commissioner did when he came is to task us to map out arenas and corridors where we can deploy to create effective and immediate impact, which we've done. But we had problem with our law enforcement infrastructure. The vehicles were weak. What we met on ground were essentially Kias, are toys. They have no law enforcement value. The commissioner explained this to the governor, and His Excellency graciously bought us 22 vehicles to replace the Kias where they were. And the effect and the consequence, what you are seeing today. And essentially, we want to assure people that government is there to ensure their safety, protection of their lives and even their property. That transactions can go on anytime. You see filling stations selling even at this hour because any threat to their wealth will be countered immediately. And our deployment is essentially like a cobweb, which is a net we throw into Enugu. The reaction time to each of the vehicles and reinforcement is exactly 7 minutes. The worst, 7 minutes. So, and you see these vehicles, they are on throughout the night. From 8 o'clock, you can see that up to now they are still steaming. Once it's 7:38, the lights come on and the vehicle is on because of any distress call. They move there immediately. Thank you.
So you will say that so far this is achieving the desired result.
Oh, compare Enugu with other corridors around the east here, and you see that we've invested efforts. The Commissioner of Police is on top of his game and essentially is in touch with other players that you may not see here. Because what he has invested so far is on human effort and human value. So everybody has cornered into what we're doing, and they are itching to ensure that anything that happens at any corridor, information is flashed out immediately.
Now, one can also say that this is in demonstration of the IGP's visibility policing. I know that the Commissioner of Police is one of those apostles of the IG's visibility policing. Would you say that this is also in line with what the IG preaches?
In fact, I feel there's no one better for the IG to have sent to Enugu at the critical time of this herdsmen Enugu crisis. And when he came, he unfolded the IG's plan for enforcement in Enugu State. And the map, the dynamics he has brought has gone a long way to assure the people of Enugu that the IG particularly cares for them. Because the Sir General Police continue to interface with the Commissioner of Police to give him law enforcement tips to relate to the people and tap into the environment. And you can see that even herdsmen issue violent crime. They've gone out of Enugu essentially. So the IG will continue to give us his blessings as he's always done, to enable us to continue to function and consolidate on what he has helped us to do here.
Welcome back. Yeah, I don't know if time permits me. Let me just take one of these messages that we got from our Twitter account. It said, yeah, I enjoyed your program today, Security Watch Africa, and like I always do. Please keep on giving us that information you need. We need. Thank you. Thank you very much. There are so many, but time we may not be able to take them. Like I said, that calling on security agencies, especially those charged in providing security in the Northeast, they need to intensify the work, because we know with the reinvigorated or re-energized Boko Haram insurgents, a lot of work still needs to be done. The Al-Banra group is causing a lot of problem, and I think that government the security should do everything possible to checkmate and provide security for the people of Northeast and Nigerians at large. The Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operation, Abila Joshak, is on his way to Yobe to ensure that other schools are protected, because we must think ahead. If these schools were protected or security were provided, then this may not have happened. But some have said it, and I think I believe it, that the security situation in Yobe, Borno, Adamawa, it's not what you leave the schools open, but how many of the men do we have to man these schools, individual schools? A lot of questions are there begging for answers. Do we have enough manpower to start manning every school and start patrolling every villages? It's not possible. So we need to devise means of proper security for the Northeast so that these insurgents will not continue the way they are doing. Then the release of commanders, Boko Haram commanders, I think government must have to stop this, because we can see the result now that it's giving them more power to strike, and no funds should be paid again to these people, because they are getting more equipment, they are getting more strength from other outside country to attack innocent Nigerians. On this note, we must say that if you enjoyed watching us today, please join us again next week. Keep sending your messages. Time is not our friend. We will have taken some of them. One just came in and is commending the Enugu State Police Command. He said he visited Enugu and he's happy with what I'm happy with what I saw in Enugu State. Yeah, thank you very much for this. Whatever question you have, send it to us. We'll take it up with the necessary agencies. Until we come here again next week, I will say thank you for watching and bye for now.